My dad used to tell me this joke. So I was born in 71, so I was back in the 70s. This is a man who was in the army, the English army. So different times. There's this little African kid. Went to his dad, he goes, "Dad, why have I got this black skin?" He goes, "Well, son, when you're in the jungle or in the desert," he said, "when you get the hot bearing sun on you, you won't get sunburnt. That's the reason you have that black skin." He goes, "Oh, right." He goes, "Dad, so why do I have this flat nose and big nostrils?" He goes, "Well, because in Africa it's so hot, you don't want these big noses because you don't want to be inhaling all this hot air." He goes, "Oh, right." He goes, "Dad, why do I have these big feet?" He goes, "Well, when you're chasing after game, you need to be able to run fast. And that's the reason you've got big feet." He goes, "Oh, right." He goes, "Dad, why have I got this short curly hair?" He goes, "Well, when you're running through the jungle, you don't want sticks to be running through your hair and, getting caught, because you want to be chasing things, or you want, if someone's chasing you, you want to get away fast." He goes, "Oh, right." He goes, "Dad, why do I live in London?" Didn't really make as much sense to me back in the 70s when I'm a young kid. But I've just come back from a holiday where I went to Singapore. I was in China for quite a while. Then I did a cruise to China, from China to Japan, and from Japan to back to China, and then back to Singapore. And what we get told in Commonwealth countries or white countries, that diversity is our strength. Now, I was in China. 0.1% of the population was born overseas. China's is very civil. I never saw any anger. Everyone did their thing. It was a great society. Then I was in Japan. I'd never been to Japan before. I've never seen so many polite people. There was so much respect. After we ordered a drink and left and paid, and they would bow to us. Once again, the Japanese population is 98% of the population was born in Japan. Singapore does have a higher immigration, but they are there to assist with the labour. But once again, they're either Singaporeans or Malay or Indian. So I think it's 85% is Singaporean, and the rest is just Malaysian and Indian. Once again, very civil society. Never saw any aggression. Very polite, very clean. Constantly we're getting told diversity is our strength, and I'm saying this because I'm a son of an immigrant. My son's partner is an immigrant, so I've got nothing against immigration. I've got a problem with multiculturalism. I realise it doesn't work. Multinationalism works. Doesn't matter which country you come from. But if you want to be a Canadian, if you want to be Australian, if you want to be English, I've got no problems with that. But if you come over to these countries and you want to keep your own culture, that's where we have a real problem. Because my wife and I wanted to shift to Thailand to retire. So I'm not going to be any different from I'll be an immigrant. But if I go over there and just want to be an Aussie, then I have a problem. And they'll have a problem with me. But if I go over there and I be part of their culture, and I learn Thai, and I embrace the king and other their cultures, hopefully I'm not standing on their toes. And this is what it comes down to. What do we actually want? In Australia at the moment, it is ridiculous what we have to pay for a house. It is crazy. My wife and I, back in 1994, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend then, we were able to buy a home. It was 1,054 square metres. It was $88,000. It was $33,000 for the land and $55,000 for the house. That was 1994. So I put that in ChatGPT and I said, what is that comparable today? And they said that $88,000 is between $210,000 and $230,000. So I should be, or as a couple, we should be able to buy that house again. We had our first child in 2004. My wife was able to give up work. We thought we were able to have our own home. We had had an investment property, but we had no problems living a half decent life. I was working on the mine, so I wasn't on great money, but I wasn't a pauper. Now, a home is like, just even some of the not great suburbs are nearly $1 million mark. How are kids of today supposed to afford this? And if they afford it, how long do they have to work together? So when you nearly have to be a doctor and an accountant to be able to afford a home in Australia, how are they going to have kids? Now, as a Christian, our biggest, our purpose on life is to procreate, and our biggest gift is children. So who are we working for in Australia? Are we working for the government? Are we working for the banks? Are we working for big business? So they can say to us, you can work a whole year and we'll give you 4 weeks off, as long as you keep working, keep making us money. Our job should be there to assist you in buying a home. It shouldn't be there to make the banks richer. It shouldn't be there to make the governments richer and stamp duty and other taxes. We should be there they should be there to assist on cleaning having our roads clean, emptying our bins, making new hospitals. But they should not be there as a business to prevent young people to be able to start a family. So the easiest way we do this in Australia is we get you to work and we import people from overseas who don't fit our culture. I got no problems if you come over and you want to be an Australian. But when you come over to Australia and they bring you a little India or a little Sudan or a little England or any country that comes over here and it doesn't become of our culture, and they just replace our population with their population and buy our homes, and then we can't afford to buy homes, I have a real problem. And it's the first time I've never been proud to be an Australian. I hate being, no, that's not right. I love being Australian, but I hate Australia. I hate Australia with a passion. I hate how we're going. I hate how England's going. I'm a dual citizen. England is ruined. It is absolute for the pits. I reckon it's one of the worst countries in the world. And it's a beautiful country. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know what the answer is, but politicians should be there for us. They should be a representative of us, and they should be trying to get Australians, trying to get Canadians, trying to get the English, trying to get New Zealanders into work, just like China is, trying to looks after their people. It might be a communist country, but their intent is for their people. Same as Russia, their intent is for their people. But for some reason, our politicians in Australia are crooked. They are there for big business. They are there for overseas enterprises. They are crooked, and so all they do is look after these organisations, so when they finish work they can go and work for them. I do not know the answer, but I am livid. Come back to Australia. I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed after seeing how China works, how Japan works, how Singapore works, and we come back here and we've got homes that are on the market for a couple of days sold to people from overseas. It's not right. We should be having homes that cheap that a father can stay home. He can provide a home, and the mum can stay home and look after the kids. We should be having 2 or 3 kids. But how the hell, when 40% of the young generation do not want to have kids? So what we're going to do to prop up the economy, we're going to bring more people from overseas who don't fit in Australia. Tell me what your thoughts are. Oh, jeez, I'm just so angry. This used to be the best country on earth, but we have ruined it. All right, until next week. Bye.